All right, this is number 74 of the College Algebra Final Exam Review. It says solve the equation in the real number system, 3x cubed minus x squared minus 21x plus 7 equals 0. It's x cubed, so I know I'm going to be looking for 3 answers. Because it's x cubed, it's too big for us to factor. So let's go ahead and plug this into our y equals. So 3x to the third power minus x squared. Notice this is your x button, this is your exponent button. Minus 21x plus 7. Pressing graph. And I'm looking for my solutions, which are my x-intercepts, which are my zeros. All right, so looking at it, it looks like that one's in between -2 and -3. This one's in between 0 and 1, and this one's in between 2 and 3. So it's all fractions, which are ugly, but I can use my answer choices and help me. So I see that in my answer choices, just to save time, I'm not going to flip back, but on C and D, it has 3. So positive 3, that's not an answer because it doesn't go through my vertex there. If I go to my table, positive 3 is not gonna work. Another option for A is -1/3. So let's type in -1/3. Oh, I have it on, there we go. -1/3. So -1 divided by 3. That does not give me 0, so that's not an answer. So B, let me try to plug in x equals +1/3. Boom, I get 0. So +1/3 should work. So just by looking at that, I know my answer is B. I can be done. So that's the only one that has +1/3. I can be done. But because of the notes sake, I'll go through and finish it out. So let's see if x equals 1/3. It's going to work, but let's use that to divide it out. So 1/3 is going to be the number in our little box. This is going to be our x cubed column, x squared column, x is the first power column, x is the 0 power column in descending order. We have 3x cubed, -1x squared, minus 21x plus 7. Bringing down my first number, bringing down that 3, we're going to multiply up, add down. 3 times 1/3 would give us 1. Our 3's would cancel. 3 times 1/3 would give us 1. So -1 plus 1 would give us 0. 1/3 times 0 would give us 0. Adding down, -21 plus 0 is -21. -21 times 1/3, make sure to put that 1/3 in parentheses, should give us 7. Oh, -7 if it's -21. So 7 minus 7 will give us 0. So we know it worked because our remainder is 0, and we knew it was going to work. So in our calculator, it was a 0. So putting this back in, we knew x equals 1/3 was going to be an answer, and we're left over with this stuff. It was x cubed. We took out an x. That means we're left over with x squared. So 3x squared plus 0x minus 21. I don't need that plus 0x. So 3x squared minus 21 equals 0. Now it's x squared, so let's factor. Our GCF here should be 3. So factoring or dividing out of 3 from both terms, that 3 is going to come out front. We're left over with x squared minus 7 equals 0. X squared minus 7 is not a perfect square, but I can still solve this using, this is one answer, solve this using square root property. So if I have 3 equals 0, that tells me nothing about x, so I don't care about that one. X squared minus 7 equals 0. I could add 7 to both sides. I'm left over with x squared equals 7. Take the square root of both sides. That way the square root and the square root cancel out. Don't forget whenever you take the square root, don't forget that plus or minus. So plus or minus the square root of 7 is our other answer. So we should have x equals +1/3, positive square root of 7, which cannot be simplified, by the way, and negative square root of 7, which would be answer choice B, like we said. And for consistency's sake, I'll go back and show you. Answer choice B. That's number 74. Thank you for watching.